Assalamualaikum, merhaba
Merhaba
arkadaşlar. Hari ini kita akan membahas a things that shocking us living in Australia. Jadi kita akan membahas mengenai hal-hal yang bikin kita shock pas kita tinggal di Australia. Satu, minum dari keran langsung. Seperti kita tahu kalau kita di Indonesia kan minumnya airnya harus dididihin dulu atau beli filter gitu kan, filter mesin, atau kebanyakan Indonesia belinya galon kan ya, galon isi ulang seperti itu. Tapi in Australia kita tuh minum langsung dari keran. Ini bis hemen directures me su içebiliriz.
Yeah, the tap water is more clean than the bottled water.
Really?
Yeah, it's very clean. Everywhere is very clean here. Always tap water, very fresh. It's always looked after. Bottled water is plastic is not healthy, so
True.
we don't drink from plastics. But you know, if you're going out, you have to drink from plastic water. So, but when we're home, we always drink in the tap.
So is it really clean? How can we sure that the water from the tap is clean?
There are a lot of regulations from the council.
Oh ya, di sini tuh masyarakat itu lebih mempercayai minum dari air keran langsung daripada dari air botol karena kita tahu botol itu nggak sehat. Sedangkan kalau air yang langsung diminum dari keran itu, pemerintah konsilnya dengan berbagai rupa memfilter gitu kan, mensterilisasi air supaya bisa diminum secara sehat oleh masyarakatnya gitu. Jadi kayaknya konsil itu lebih peduli tentang lingkungan dan kesehatan masyarakatnya. Dua, di sini tuh pas pertama aku kesini, troli tuh di sekitar perumahan tuh banyak berserakan banget troli. Kalau di Indo kan kita kalau belanja troli tuh langsung minimal sampai parkiran kayaknya bisa dibawa. Kalau di sini tuh bisa sampai ke depan rumah gitu. Why we can bring trolley in front until in front of our house?
It's better going out shopping when you're walking. If the shop is like very close to your house, you
True.
just go walk. It's too much traffic, and I don't know. A lot of people do it here.
And then how they gonna collect the abandoned trolley?
They got employee. They go out and collect trolleys with the truck. They drive around the streets and they collect it.
True, yeah. Jadi di sini tuh ada sebuah mobil truk itu yang mengeliling-ngeliling perumahan buat ngambilin troli-troli dan nanti dibawa lagi ke supermarketnya seperti itu. Tiga. Ya, di sini tuh kalau kita mau mancing harus punya SIM, fishing license. Why? Why we need fishing license?
In Australia, you need license for everything.
Right.
You have to apply your fishing license, and it costs $35 a year.
35. Is it illegal to fishing in Australia?
Of course, it's illegal. You have to catch certain amount, like certain types of fishes only, and you can't even like fish for the small fishes. They have to be a certain size.
Jadi di sini tuh nggak sembarang kita bisa mancing ikan. Jadi ada beberapa tempat yang diperbolehkan untuk memancing dan ukuran ikannya itu juga harus memenuhi standar pemerintah gitu.
Small one you throw back in. If you get caught, you get a penalty.
Wah, jadi kalau kita mancing ikan yang ukurannya kurang dari ukuran standar pemerintah bisa didenda. 4. Di sini tuh banyak banget barang bekas seperti furnitur, kursi, kebanyakan matras yang dibuang di mana aja, yang tergeletak di halaman rumah seperti itu, banyak banget. Jadi kayak kursi, sofa, bahkan TV, aksesoris yang kayak gitu banyak, dan menurut aku itu barangnya masih layak buat dipakai. Why do I use second hand stuff so easily in front of the house?
You don't need all things in your house. People, they buy new things and throw the old one out, and it doesn't worth no money. All things. People just throw out, put on internet, so anyone can come and pick it up. Some sell for a small fee, but
Ya, jadi di sini tuh orangnya itu menurut aku ya gampang bosenan gitu kan. Dan kalau barang lama itu karena mereka nggak punya tempat untuk menyimpan barang lama seperti garasi atau shed, susah kan? Mending ya dibuang gitu atau dikasih secara gratis, bisa ditaruh di Facebook Marketplace gitu, dan atau naruh di depan rumah, jadi siapa aja yang lewat dan suka bisa ambil sesuka hati, seperti itu. 5. Jadi di sini tuh motong pohon, jadi di sini tuh nebang pohon sembarangan juga dilarang.
everywhere in Australia, even if it's in your own house, own land, always forbidden.
Why?
Trees are good for the plants, so they don't want to cut it. You know, you should not be cutting trees. You only cut tree unless they are, old, rotten, or if there's any danger of the tree falling down into your house.
Like leaning the tree.
Yeah, maybe you want to build a house, so you have to cut the tree. But it costs a lot of money to cut the tree as well.
Yeah, as I know, we need to call the council first, right? If you want
Yeah,
to.
you have to call the council, like the government, and get approval. And if you don't, you will be charged a lot of money.
How much?
I don't know, maybe 5,000, 10,000. Depends what the court tell you, but big fines.
Ya, jadi di sini tuh dilarang untuk menebang pohon sembarangan karena sebagai salah satu untuk melindungi keasrian flora Australia seperti itu. Kalau misalkan nggak urgent dan tidak membahayakan rumah atau pohonnya busuk, tua, itu kita dilarang untuk menebangnya. Kalau nggak, kita bisa di-charge seperti hampir 5 juta sampai 500 jutaan. Itu buat nebang pohon aja loh guys. Di sini tuh.
I think if it's more than 3 meters tall, that's a tree, so it has to be at least 3 meters. If it's more than 3 meters, you can't cut it.
Okay.
Yeah. If it's smaller, it's like not a tree.
Ya, kalau pohonnya itu di bawah 3 meter, dilarang buat dipotong. Dan kita juga kalau memotong pohonnya harus lapor dulu ke konsil atau kecamatan lah, kayak gitu.
You should cut it before it gets up to 3 meters. if once it gets 3 meters, you can't cut anymore.
Doro. 6.
Moving on again.
6. Jadi di sini tuh ya bebas untuk berekspresi, terutama dengan gaya fashionnya sendiri. Jadi pas aku pergi ke toko kebab gitu, aku lihat. Jadi pas dulu Hamzah punya toko kebab, jadi aku di sana liatin Hamzah kerja. Orang-orang yang datang tuh pas summer, ya is in the summer like 40 degree, 48 degree, jadi pas 40 derajat, 45 derajat gitu suasananya. Orang-orang yang datang ke toko itu nggak pakai baju guys, cuman pakai selempak doang, nggak pakai sendal, nggak pakai baju gitu kan, bener-bener kayak mau ke pantai gitu atau ke supermarket gede. Mereka tuh bukan semuanya, ada beberapa orang yang nggak pakai sepatu lah, hanya nyeker aja gitu ke toko, dan itu mereka it's alright gitu, it's okay, nggak apa-apa kayak gitu loh, kayak apa ya bahasa ya Sundanya tiis-tiis wae gitu, EGP-an kayak gitu.
There's no dress code in this country. What do we want?
There is no dress code, nggak ada dress code.
As long as your private part is covered, it's okay. So yeah, I remember when I went to Indonesia and you have to wear. There's a dress code. You have to wear shoes. You can't wear thongs. You can't wear singlets.
Yeah.
But here you can go to immigration with thongs, with shorts, anything you want.
Yeah, dia juga katanya di sini tuh nggak ada dress code. Mereka bisa pakai apa aja asalkan bagian privasinya tertutup gitu. Malah bahkan dia juga kaget pas ke Indonesia, dia bilang pas aku mau foto ke imigrasi aku harus pakai dress code gitu, kayak pakaian formal. 7. Jadi di Australia ini gajinya itu per jam, bukan per bulan.
Weekly or fortnightly.
Oh ya.
And it's calculated onto your hours. So if you do 40 hours in 1 week, you get that in the end of the week.
Oke. Jadi di sini tuh bayarannya per jam. Misalkan nih pegawai ini kerjanya 1 jam $25 per jam, tapi nanti dia dapatnya semuanya pas hari Minggu dapatnya kayak gitu. Jadi bayarannya per jam tapi dapat gajiannya itu setiap minggu atau setiap 2 minggu. Ini yang aku senang di Australia ya. Jadi ada temanku dia bilang, jadi di sini tuh budayanya si perusahaan itu atau bosnya itu nggak suka karyawannya lembur, bedakan sama di Indo. Jadi kalau pegawainya itu lembur, dia harus gaji ekstra per jam kayak gitu. Nggak tahu ya, kalau di kita kan bayarannya itu kita gajinya kalau Indonesia per bulan. Mau lembur ada kayaknya ada deh pendapatan lembur juga di Indonesia, tapi nggak per jam kayak di sini kayaknya ya. Sedikit banget uang lembur juga yang didapat di Indonesia. Nah mereka tuh nggak suka karena kalau mereka lembur karyawannya, bosnya harus ngasih gaji lembur dan itu lebih tinggi dari gaji per jamnya gitu. Makanya di sini beberapa toko, beberapa supermarket tutupnya itu rata-rata jam 5. Jadi berangkat kerja jam 8 tuh benar-benar harus pulang jam 5. Dan kalau masih ada pekerjaan yang tidak terselesaikan, harus diselesaikan besok lagi gitu kayak gitu. And I like about job opportunity here where young people can work too, right? On iki yasenda like 12 years old, 15 years old, young people can work.
Okay, but you can't work in the factory or something.
Oh, of course.
But if
Yeah.
you're running a takeaway shop, you can have your family working there.
Takeaway shop kayak kerjain McD, something like that, right? KFC, they accept
Yeah,
young
KFC,
people,
they do a lot of young people, students. a lot
but
of
with
young people.
less fee, with less pay.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, jadi di sini tuh orang-orang muda itu benar-benar terbuka untuk melamar kerja, tapi tentu aja lamar tuh yang formal, kayak mereka buat ngumpulin duit nih kayak gitulah buat kuliah nantinya atau apa, kayak part time and it's getting limited time, right? 2 hours a week, right?
Not
20 hours. 8. Jadi di sini tuh kalau mau belajar mobil kita harus ikut tes tulisnya dulu biar bisa dapetin SIM pelajar buat nyetir mobil, right?
Right, the car license. It's very hard getting a car license here.
Yeah.
It's not too easy. You gotta go through tests and a lot of waiting time.
Yeah, we need to wait like we got a license card. We need to learn to drive for and filling logbook, right? Like 120 hours.
Yeah, 120 hours.
Yeah.
You have to drive before
Before
you get
testing.
license.
Yeah. Jadi seperti ini aku kemarin karena di Indonesia nggak pernah belajar mobil sama sekali. Jadi aku harus belajar dulu guys, belajar peraturan, ada bukunya, belajar peraturan lalu lintas, terus abis itu kita daftar buat ikut tes ujian tulisnya. Setelah ikut tes ujian tulisnya, kalau lulus kita bakal dapat SIM, tapi SIM pelajar, SIM buat belajar mobil gitu. Nah nanti aku harus ngisi 120 jam belajar nyetir mobil. Habis itu nanti ada lognya. Jadi kalau aku udah percaya nih, aku udah bisa buat ikut ujian tes mobil, aku bisa langsung apply karena umurku udah 26 tahun. Dan kalau lolos nanti aku bakal dikasih SIM beneran, bukan SIM pelajar lagi. 9. Jadi kalau aku mau nyebrang ke jalan tuh tiba-tiba mobilnya itu yang berhenti sendiri, bukan aku yang lihat tentu aja harus lihat kanan kiri jalannya. Tapi di sini kayak mereka tuh mendahulukan pedestrian, mendahulukan pejalan kaki, right? I'm so surprised when I walking with Harun, and then when I want to cross the road, suddenly the car stopping and he give me away.
Yes, and he's scared.
No.
He's scared more of you. He's scared from the police.
No. Yeah, scared of the police. But it's different in Indonesia. We need to see right and left and make sure there's no car to hit us. Something like that.
There's always car in Indonesia. They never stop.
That's why.
When I went there, we stay in traffic and everyone's going past
Yeah.
the cars and I'm looking for the student. They're waiting. I'm like, why don't you stop? They just wait there. Can't go past. And she's on a crossing as well.
Yeah, I don't know. There is no.
But here, crossing, you always give it to pedestrians.
10. Aku tuh terkejut banget ya aku bertemu beberapa orang dari China, Vietnam, Afrika, kebanyakan India, Turkey, right? There's
Yeah,
so much
Turkey.
Turkey here.
It depends on the location. You know, everyone live in the same place.
Oh yeah,
Some place a lot of Chinese people,
yeah, Kampung Cina.
Indians,
Oh, yeah.
Turkish, and
Turkish
Middle
place.
Eastern.
There's so much ethnicity here in Australia, like a lot of immigrant here. And I was surprised. Aku kira mereka tuh kayak pendatang baru seperti aku nih, kan aku nikah sama Hamzah, aku baru tinggal di sini di Australia. Tapi mereka kebanyakan adalah citizen Australia yang lahir di sini.
We are one too.
Oh ya.
Because when you are born in this country, you become citizen instantly. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter even if your parents are not a citizen, you become citizen.
Ya kayak Harun. Harun is Australian citizen right now, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, instantly.
Harun dia dapat kewarganegaraan Australia langsung karena dia lahir di sini. And you
I am, but after we apply because I was born here.
Hi, he is not. Hamzah lahir di Turki, tapi karena keluarganya di sini, ayah ibunya kerja di sini, jadi dia juga berhak mendapatkan citizen Turki. Dia berhak mendapatkan citizen Australia. Sedangkan aku sampai sekarang masih semi-semi ilegal gitu. Masih menunggu visa partner aku untuk dikabulkan. Susah banget visa Australia sekarang. It's really hard to get Australian visa right now.
Oh
Right?
yeah. We've been
waiting for 2
now and
years.
still
Yeah.
waiting.
Ya, kita masih menunggu 2 tahun, tapi visa aku masih belum dikabulkan juga sama imigrasi Australia. I like how Australian diversity is. Like when I went to the beach, we went to the beach, right? I saw a lot of people wearing bikini. You know, yeah, I know in Indonesia there is a lot of people wearing bikini in touristic place like Bali. Tapi aku belum pernah ke Bali. Jadi, but not far from the bikini one, there is a person wearing burqa.
Yeah, because women get with burqa and go swimming.
I mean, they free
did.
what they were, and there is no people judge them. Gak ada yang ngejudge dia pakai bikini, renang pakai bikini ke laut, or mereka berenang pakai burqa, like that. Jadi melihat keanekaragaman di situ, aku senang banget gitu ya. Meskipun keanekaragaman untuk menghargai sesama masih ada di sini, tapi racism still exists, right?
Always, yeah.
Aja masih still exist seperti itu. Kayak berita ada seorang Aussie menendang-nendang wanita hamil 9 bulan pas dia lagi makan di restoran. You remember about the news that a pregnant 9 months pregnant woman getting kicked on her belly by some stranger man, something like that, because the man doesn't like her wearing scrub, something like that.
He must be crazy.
Ya, seperti itu. Ya teman-teman, itulah hal-hal yang bikin kita shock tinggal di Australia. Aku harap kalian senang dan lebih informatif mengenai kehidupan di Australia. Jangan lupa ikutin terus channel kami, subscribe, like. Sampai jumpa lagi, Guru Surus.